Former NBA forward Earl Clark wasn't Kobe Bryant's teammate on the Los Angeles Lakers for all that long because he played just one season, the 2012-13 season, with his storied franchise. However, by many accounts, that one season in Los Angeles was the best of Clark's pro career from an individual standpoint. He started more games that season than he did in any other NBA campaign with 36, and he posted personal bests in points, 7.3, rebounds, 5.5, and assists, 1.1 per game while shooting 44% from the field. Clark was at the top of his game in Los Angeles and seemingly enjoyed being Bryant's teammate, but he recently explained to Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson that Bryant had a tendency to snap at practice sometimes. "It's a lot of times he would just blow up, flip the table, and just leave, and practice is over," Clark said. Clark was a key rotational piece for the Lakers when he had his cup of coffee with the team, though the squad majorly underperformed from a collective standpoint. Heading into the 2012-13 season, plenty of people thought the Lakers would contend for the 2013 title after they added guard Steve Nash and big man Dwight Howard to complement their dynamic duo of Bryant and Pau Gasol. But it wasn't meant to be. Bryant's season came to an abrupt stop due to a torn Achilles near the end of a frustrating Lakers regular season, and the team ended up well short of a championship. Los Angeles was swept by the San Antonio Spurs in the opening round of the 2013 NBA playoffs. Clark averaged just over 20 minutes of action per game in that best-of-7 series. Not long after the Lakers got booted out of the playoffs in embarrassing fashion, Howard departed the Lakers for the Houston Rockets in free agency, and the Lakers did not field a playoff team again until after Bryant retired. Clark departed the Lakers in the summer of 2013 as well, as he agreed to join the Cleveland Cavaliers as a free agent. He didn't last all that long in the NBA following his time in a Lakers uniform, however, as he last played in the league all the way back in the 2014-15 season. 21-time All-NBA Los Angeles Lakers power forward LeBron James remains a potent force in the league, even as its oldest active player for the past 2 seasons. The 40-year-old is slated to embark on his record-breaking 23rd year in the NBA, having opted into his $52.7 million salary for 2025-26. After James picked up his player option, however, his agent Rich Paul issued a curious statement to ESPN's Shams Charania, seemingly alluding to a desire to play on a contending team and challenging the notion that this LA club as currently constructed was good enough to get there. "LeBron wants to compete for a championship," Paul told Charania. "He knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie, Bus, and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career." Given that James is earning, by far, the biggest salary on said club, and that it directly hampered a lot of additional free agent moves the Lakers could make, that statement could be an indictment by James' reps on James himself. James has been called out by a former high-flying rival, 2-time slam dunk contest champion shooting guard Jason Richardson for another reason, his lack of slam dunk contest appearances. As Richardson details in a fresh interview with Brandon "Scoop B" Robinson, the 6'6" swingman out of Michigan State is bummed James, one of the great in-game dunkers of his generation, and still plenty athletic even at age 40, has never given the competition a whirl. "I was a little bit disappointed James never participated because if you look back at the history of the slam dunk contest, even when I was a kid, if you were a high flyer or if you were a superstar, you did the dunk contest, you know?" Richardson said. "Michael Jordan did it. Dr. J did it. Dominique Wilkins did it. Across 14 seasons with the Golden State Warriors, the then Charlotte Bobcats, the Phoenix Suns, the Orlando Magic, and the Philadelphia 76ers, Richardson averaged 17.1 points on .438/.370/.707 shooting splits, 5.0 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and 1.2 steals a night. Some of the greatest jumpers in the history of the NBA have done it, and you want a guy like LeBron to carry on that tradition of superstars doing the dunk contest, because the dunk contest is what carried All-Star Weekend until now," Richardson acknowledged. "So it's kind of disappointing that he never did one, but I can understand why he didn't. But as a fan of the dunk contest watching it since you were a kid, you would want a guy like LeBron in the dunk contest." When asked if James, in his NBA dotage, would still be in a position to compete during, say, the 2026 Slam Dunk Contest, Richardson issued a surprising thesis. Laughs in the dunk contest?
No.
Laughing because every time you leave the floor, it hurts your body, and especially for a guy like LeBron. I think this is his 22nd year, and if you add up all the games in the playoffs, he probably played another 5-6 years of basketball, which is adding the playoff games he had in the postseason, Richardson said. So, it's kind of hard for him to have a guy like that go out there and compete in the slam dunk contest, but it's still amazing what he's doing at 41, 42 years old, still playing in the NBA at a high level. The Los Angeles Lakers need a long-term solution to the lack of options in the middle of the floor. Rob Pelinka has reportedly made it a priority to give Luka Doncic an athletic running mate like he had with the Dallas Mavericks. However, the answer to the Lakers' big man position may not be a rim-running lob threat. In fact, it could be in the form of arguably the best shooting big the league has seen. In a recent trade proposal from Bleacher Report's Dan Favale, the Lakers make the bold move of trading away LeBron James in return for Karl Towns. The proposed trade looks like this. Los Angeles Lakers get Karl Towns. New York Knicks get LeBron James. The Lakers would wave bye-bye to their 2027 cap space plan with Towns in the fold, but there's no guarantee that they'll sign or trade for anyone who's actively better than him, Favale reasoned. Plus, he will be an expiring contract that summer. Moving him for value or as part of a larger deal would absolutely be on the table in the meantime. While Towns is a little ground-bound for a Luka Doncic partner, Los Angeles could get the best of floor spacing and rim-running worlds with him and DeAndre Ayton. Towns played in 72 regular season games last season. He averaged 24.4 points, 12.8 rebounds, and 3.1 assists while shooting 52.6% from the field and 42% from deep. Towns could play next to DeAndre Ayton. After the Lakers signed DeAndre Ayton, fans may feel the team has already found its answer at the center position. However, Ayton has a lot to prove if he's going to stick with J.J. Redick's team beyond the 2025-26 season. Therefore, it could make sense to pair Ayton and Towns together to help lighten the expectations on Ayton's shoulders. Furthermore, putting the Knicks' big man at the power forward position has proven to be a wise move in the past, as he thrived when sharing the court with Rudy Gobert for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Redick would likely need to rebuild his rotations if he decided to run a double big lineup. However, given Doncic's playmaking and scoring skill, pairing him with both Ayton and Towns could be a recipe for success. LeBron's relationship with Lakers is strained. Lakers insider Jovan Buha recently noted that LeBron James has a strained relationship with the Lakers front office. I want to be careful with what I say about LeBron's relationship with the front office or the organization, but I don't think it's in the best place right now, to be completely honest, Buha said via his Buha's Block podcast. And then he's had his stuff on social media or whatever he's posted, and there was obviously the statement when he opted in. So I don't think things are in the best place they've ever been. I'll just say that. It's clear that the Lakers are Doncic's team now. Therefore, finding a new home for LeBron could be the best outcome for everyone. If that means getting back one of the best defensive big men in the NBA, then that's a huge win for Pelinka and the Lakers franchise. Whether the Knicks would be willing to part with Towns for 1 or 2 years of a 40-year-old LeBron is another story.